Hello everyone, today is August 7th and it's the 7th day of my monthly challenge where each day in August I travel to a new place in efforts to combat my agoraphobia. And this is the second day of trying out my new film equipment that my lovely husband bought me. You're on a gimbal right now. I know it can feel kind of weird, and you're face tracking me, so wherever I go, you follow. Isn't that so nice? Thank you, Owen. It is almost a full week of my challenge. It has weirdly felt like the longest and shortest week of my life. Already, I feel like there's been so many ups and downs. We've just started, essentially. I don't have too much to say since yesterday, so I'm going to keep it brief and say that I'm doing well. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still pretty exhausted. It's just been a lot mentally and physically to actually go to these different places, let alone the fact that I'm doing this challenge on top of it. But otherwise, I'm doing really well, and today is an easy day, so I'm excited about that. I need a few groceries today, and there is a grocery store that I've always wanted to try. Kind of one of those like local farm areas that's also a greenhouse and just has artisanal and local foods. We are going to Pemberton Farms Marketplace. Break it up a little bit more so it's not just Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. I need a few things like a vegetable for tonight's dinner. I also need more peanut butter. And I think I should get my husband a little something since he's the one that hooked us up with this brand new setup. So if I see something in the store that really calls his name, I'll pick it out for him too. That's my grocery list. I have figured out I need to bike there. It is about 80 degrees. We're just gonna go with it because it feels like grocery stores should be one of the easier ones. So I'm not gonna stress about it too much. I refuse to worry about it more. As you know, of course, we cannot go to the grocery store until we have rated our excursion from yesterday. Yesterday, I went to Yes, Your Eco Store, which is a cute little refillery and eco-sustainability store in Arlington, Mass. It was a great experience. I got to chat with the shop owner, and I picked up a lot of sustainability things that I've always wanted to try out. But it was slightly awkward because I was the only person in the entire store, and also my phone didn't film. So we're going to try to be a little bit better about that today. All in all, I would rate this excursion as fine. It was not really a problem to go there. I'm so pleased with the fact that it was just a normal outing. For that, I'm going to rate it just below the Scoop and Scootery ice cream shop. I have no idea if that means it's in the 4th spot or 5th spot or whatever, but I think that's a good spot for it. It was great. It was a good experience. Solid. Wait, let me figure out this really quick. Oh, it might be time for a t-shirt, thrifted, shorts, Old Navy, shoes, Birkenstocks. Let's do it. Okay, so it is the next day, and I'm also going to be curling my hair, so don't mind that. Yeah, yesterday when I got back, I couldn't film. I was pretty worn out by the heat. I thought that I could walk back. I thought that I didn't have too many groceries and that I was somewhat in walking distance. I was not. I have chronic pain. My muscles are just very sore all the time. I always seem to not fully understand my physical limits. And so I'm like, yeah, I can walk that far. I can do that. It was a little tricky. I had to stop several times, sit on the side of the road. I thought about calling a car or an Uber or something to come pick me up. But every time I did, I just felt, I don't know, embarrassed again or shameful. Like I could walk that far. I'm just being a baby. That's kind of another side anxiety problem I have. You know, I don't really seem to know my limits, and it gets me down when I see other people getting to push the limits of their body, and mine feels like it's at such a lower threshold than everybody else's. I'm very fragile when I go out into the world, apparently. When I got back, I needed to crash out. I took a rest. I relaxed. I was feeling really stressed out by the whole excursion. I also had one sort of anxiety moment inside the grocery store. It was one of those moments where I was like, do I need a bathroom? Am I fine? This was another one of those moments where I think I could have planned better and I didn't. When I was in the store, I didn't even want to check to see if they had a public bathroom, which is another aspect of this agoraphobia anxiety where I'm just terrified of being sick in public. I don't even want to use a public restroom because I just want to go home, you know? Something about being sick in public is just the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And so I do my best to avoid it, you know? Obviously, we've seen that from me not going out, but at times it can mean avoiding places that might help me when I'm out because I don't even want to face facts. I was totally fine. I didn't need any medicine. And then somehow I gained confidence to go walk home, which was just a terrible, terrible idea. So this one's probably not going to get rated well, if I'm honest. Again, it's not really the place's fault. It's just my own experience. I think that's all for now. Trying to keep my afterthoughts somewhat concise, even though it's probably going to be another long video. Love ya. Bye.